Learn to take a break once in a while. What's this? Loot! Oh no! Wait, I need my loot. Okay. Did we get the loot? Okay, we got the loot. Ah! Okay, I gotta make the most out of this. Call me the Dragon Tamer, baby. Oh god, I couldn't. Okay. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. How do you clip that? If it presses button, I'm like, that could clip. There's just nothing in my head to fix it. Because there's just absolutely. Welcome back, everyone. Just really strange things happening. This is the second time my headset disconnected, which disconnected the stream, which killed the router for a bit. Some weird software shenanigans are happening. But when I closed Streamlabs, suddenly the internet came back. So I don't know what's going on. But welcome back. We were just hearing the story of the quest report. You're talking about the quest of escorting Archie's best friend? It was quite useful after all. Even though it was his first quest, he definitely knew how to tell stories and keep us entertained. Theodore loved every tale Archie told. Yeah, seems like you're a natural-born storyteller. You also have a surprising amount of knowledge about plants and stuff in that orange head of yours. I'm glad I could be of help. Theo rarely went outside, so I assisted him with my knowledge of plants that sting, or those with poison. That's a very helpful skill. Everything went as planned, until the sun started setting. I think my ears picked it up first. They were like a bunch of low humming sounds, far away still, but definitely unusual. Didn't hear anything, but I'd always trust the fluffy ears of a Vokakian over my own. I asked the two boys if those types of sounds were common around here, but they both denied it. That's when I started getting this weird feeling in my guts. Every experienced adventurer develops that sooner or later. It's like a sixth sense to keep you out of trouble. Oh, I've heard of that. Never experienced it though. I knew something was wrong, and that if we didn't get out of there, our situation would only get worse. At first, I just told Rhea. Didn't want to alarm the two boys. Your client should never be afraid. That's just bad customer service. Agreed. So, we quietly tried to figure out what to do. But by then, I could also faintly hear the deep sounds. But if I could hear them, Archie and Theodore could as well. And they also heard us talking. That's unfortunate. We agreed on positioning the two boys between us, even though Archie proclaimed he could fight as well. A simple but efficient lineup. Me at the back of the line, Kara on the front, because she's got the best ears. Theodore was still calm. He said something along the lines of course they'd try and start an assault. That's why I hired you, remember? He's not wrong. I just would have expected more, the regular kind of assassin. Whatever that might be. If you'd let me continue, you'd get it. Sorry, my bad. To make things worse, it got real dark, real quick. And we could hear that guttural grunting all around us. She said, "Boggin crap, where are they? Where are they coming from?" But, well, at first I could only see one, then two, then suddenly they were everywhere. Zombies! We were surrounded by zombies. I had to think fast. There weren't any gaps in their formation, so I knew we had to fight. So the fighting potion's what we should have chosen. Thanks to those enchanted feathers in your drink, I was able to quickly overpower 2 zombies by smashing their heads together. You're strong. I like strong women. I pushed both boys forward so that they'd get moving. I knew if you wanted to get out of there in one piece, we needed to stay together. Kara was blocking attacks left and right, slicing through rotten skin and brittle bones with her greatsword. She was a sight to behold. My sword lended me its power to fight us through. But I would have needed more time to figure out a plan. There were just so many of them. I knew we had to get back to the main road. The terrain, so deep in the forest, was very uneven and made running away from a horde of the undead even more difficult. How did so many of them even get there? At least it was apparent why all those animals had disappeared on the road. They got eaten by the undead. And we'd be next if we didn't get the fuck out of there. So we ran. It turns out, a nobleman's clothes aren't made for running. They're made for nothing except looking obnoxious. They're not even that comfortable. I was more prepared than Theo, but even some of my seams ripped. I could hear Rhea behind us, telling us to hurry up unless we wanted to die. So I wrapped my hand around Theo's velvet-coated wrist. He just didn't let go. There was no way I would let anyone die on my first mission. But then, right before we got to the main road, he tripped. I suppose it is bound to happen. Rhea had somehow outrun us and was already stumbling onto the main road ahead. I tried to pull Theo up on his feet, but his pants must have gotten caught in some thorns. And he just couldn't get up. I tried to get him free. I already tried, but my hands were just so sweaty and shaky. I saw the zombies. I saw the running faces. They got closer and Sam, welcome in. We just actually had a quick game change because we just finished the Elden Ring DLC. That was fast. Like, I was expecting to get stuck for the whole stream, but the wonders of having a good night's rest really paid off when we were able to finish the final boss, and I'm pretty much done with the DLC. Like, it is a good journey. It is nice scratching that itch of being back in the lands between, but you know, I mean, it definitely wasn't like our first time playing Elden Ring. But welcome in, Tom. Hope you've been doing well. Hope you've been having a lovely week. We're just playing Tavern Talk now. Yeah, we're in the final act. We might actually be able to finish it, depending on how long this act is. But we're getting a report of a quest right now, and it's not looking good. The outcome is not looking good at all. I was too far ahead to realize what was going on, and when I finally noticed, it was too late. I knew getting to the road was our main priority. When I got there and the 2 boys were missing, I knew something must have gone wrong. I turned around, and right as I did, I saw Archie and Theodore on the ground. A bunch of zombies getting real close to them. I warded off the first 2, maybe 3, but there were just so many of them. And Theo screamed, the most horrifying scream filled with pain and agony. I've read about that sort of scream before, but I didn't think it would sound so heartbreaking. Yes. That's when Ray and Carolyn suddenly appeared next to us again. Why did they run so far ahead? The escort was... I thought they already planned on a marching order with Rhea behind. Whatever. You got some IRL streams in and replayed Heathers from movie night. Hey, hope you had a fun time. IRL streams, huh? What kind of activities were you up to, Sam? You don't find anything fun in the past few days? Yeah, what's like you're pretty much done with the DLC, right, Ilarox? You did like everything. What else can like fill that gap? What other big releases are you looking forward to, Ilarox? Maybe the next big game will help satisfy that craving. That's when Ray and Carolyn suddenly appeared next to us again. They pushed the zombies back and helped Theo get up. Well, as much as he could with what was left of his left leg. I knew I had to come up with a plan. There were too many zombies for us to fight, and running away would have been difficult since Theodore was hurt. But your drink was driving me forward. Kind of like a drinkable Lucky Charm. So did we actually make the right decision here? I had already tricked the Chimera into giving me its saliva. So I should have been able to handle a few undead and hurt client with ease. Oh right, Assassin's Creed Shadows is coming out this year. True. What else is on my list of coming soon? So there's Assassin's Creed. Ooh, Indiana Jones. I'm looking forward to that this year. The Altars also. I'm looking forward to that. That seems to be Nobody Wants to Die. I'm also looking forward to that. July 17, 2024. Wait. Is this out already? Why does it say release date July 17, 2024? It's out already? No optimization whatsoever. Amazing ambience. This literally just got released. What the? To no fanfare whatsoever? Not available. 10 minutes before start of sales, game is removed from some regions. After a gameplay reveal, you play 30 minutes. DLSS, disappointment after gameplay reveal. Five to 6 hours, 8 hours. Oh, you can finish it in one stream. It was just released, but only is like one review. I hope it's good. We might consider streaming this, actually. If it's any good, we'll see. Anyway, back to it. So I should have been able to handle a few undead and a hurt client with ease. You tried some urbex around your neighborhood for your IRL streams? Oh, wow. You have a neighborhood that's conducive to urban exploration? That's wild. Did you meet any cryptids or ghosts? You tricked the Chimera? Sure did. You truly are full of wonders. And since fighting also wasn't a possibility this time, I thought maybe I could outsmart the undead. So it's poorly optimized. Well, rip my PC. Theo was hurt, and he also wasn't looking too good. The undead seemed to be drawn to the smell of his fresh blood. And thanks to your drink, I was still quite hasty. I knew I could outrun any dead. So on a whim, I turned back on the other three. Rhea was trying to fight back dozens of monsters, while Archie supported Theodore. I grabbed a piece of bloodied cloth that had been ripped off of Theodore's leg. I don't know if they listened, or if it was just the smell that drew them to me, but I yelled, "I'm here! Come and get y'all a fresh piece of meat!" I thought she'd gone crazy, I tell ye. But it was a smart move. I definitely had their attention. Archie was out of it, so I told Rhea to just follow the path to Amasa and treat Theodore's wounds as quickly as possible. I would then catch up to them as soon as I was done there. And that's what we did. I don't argue with women that are taller and faster than me. Their quick thinking probably saved their asses. Good call, both of you. You're looking at nice houses and their lighting. Sucker for those kinds of things. Plus, they live next to a farming center, so it's fun to explore that. A farming center, oh. But yeah, looking at nice houses and their lighting and admiring the architecture, I can get that. The urbex that I'm more familiar hearing about though are the ones that, you know, people go into like dangerous off-limits areas in the night, and then, you know, flashlights on, and it's so spooky. Like, that's the kind of urbex I was like thinking about. 2 out of 3 positive reviews have got product for free. It's a bit sus. We'll see. Like, I got this product for free, but I'm gonna leave an honest review. I led those brain-dead monsters in the opposite direction. Turns out I could easily outrun them. But I wanted to get rid of them once and for all, or else we wouldn't have been safe for long. And as soon as I spotted a cliff between the trees with nothing but the vast sea further on, I knew what to do. I knew I had to override my instincts, so it was kind of dangerous. But I yelled one more time, "Come and get me if you can!" And then I threw the piece of cloth off the cliff. My instincts kicked in, wanting to play fetch. Oh. Luckily, my will was stronger than the monsters. Yeah, it's a Polish game from what I saw in the trailer. Instant Polish contains a lot of praise. Probably they're saying like it's a great game, just terribly optimized. That's probably what it contains, right? I wonder how badly optimized it is, and if it's bad optimization, if there's still a chance that they could patch it. You used to go ghost hunting with your brother and your friends. You'd love to do that and stream it. I'd love to see that, Som. Ghost hunting? Heck yeah. Bring your like ghost hunting tools and everything. One after another, they tried to catch the blood-drenched fabric and jump, falling to their, well, hopefully final deaths. I can't believe that actually worked. Me neither, but otherwise I wouldn't be standing here. I'm glad. Seems like the undead are kind of like pack animals, at least for the most part. A few of them didn't take the bait, but nothing my greatsword couldn't fix. Dawn of the Brain Dead rumor. I followed Rhea and the boys' tracks until we met up again. We could already see the light of a massa in the distance. But we hadn't been fast enough. With every step, Theo's hand grasping my shoulder was getting weaker and weaker. We're actually gonna have a death count in this game. I didn't even dare look at his face when I talked to him to keep him awake. Even when his answers started getting sparse and quiet. Well, you made it, right? Right? No. He didn't make it. Tell me that's not true. I wish it wasn't. But I never lie about someone's death. Praising it as a basically 5-hour AAA game, love letter for Blade Runner and Richard Morgan-style sci-fi. Complains that the game is too cheap for its quality. Well, maybe he's one of the lucky ones with a super PC that didn't have problems running it. I guess I'll wait for some more reviews and performance patches before getting into it. Especially not his. I'm so sorry, Archie. I didn't know the mission would be so dangerous. It's not your fault, Innkeep. It's none of our faults either. Could this have been changed if we made the other potion? Is it that major of a difference? Because right now we have 2 bad outcomes that I feel were bad outcomes. Maybe I should have prepared a different drink for you. It's alright. See, like I was thinking, maybe I should have prepared a different drink for you. It's alright. We did our best. Things don't always go as planned. I guess life isn't as magically perfect as the numerous tales I've read would suggest. Bad things can happen to anyone, even to those with the purest of hearts. Some may deserve it, but most don't. I just wish it wouldn't have been him. It's such a selfish thought, but I can't get it out of my head. And that's fine. It's just not fair. Why him? YouTube Let's Player probably does have a star to see. Well, I'm a variety streamer and my PC is not very good. But yeah, it could be anything. Like some people, even my old ass PC Like some people with really strong rigs, that happens sometimes, right? The people with the most advanced components are the ones with technical issues. And the ones with older components, somehow, like the hardware, software doesn't have a problem. Like a few times that's happened to me. It's like the people with the super rigs were like having performance issues, and me, Wuthering Waves. Me, like I didn't even update my graphics drivers. My graphics card is pretty old, and people are complaining like, "Oh, terrible optimization, terrible, like blah blah blah." But me, I'm like, I don't have any problems, thankfully. You think it's more about smart configuration? That too, and also the magic mysticism of graphics drivers and the problems with the engines. Casting of Frank Stone seems interesting. I'll check this out. Casting of Frank Stone. Oh, another thing I wanted to try out was Hollywood Animals. It's like Sim City, but in 1920s Hollywood. The casting of Frank Stone. Ooh, it's a Paradox, a Behavior Interactive, Supermassive Games. What else did they make? Supermassive Games. Dead by Daylight. The publisher Behavior Interactive published Dead by Daylight. Same developer. Oh, from the world of Dead by Daylight. Oh, it's like a spin-off of Dead by Daylight. They're going this route now. Unlocks in 6 weeks. It's interesting. I like that they're exploring these things now. That's a dream, right? Like you start off with like one game, Dead by Daylight. It's a multiplayer game, and then eventually, as you gain more funds and popularity and connections, you create a single player game that you want, right? Until Dawn, The Quarry, The Dark Pictures Anthology. So that's what they made. So this is from that. That's their pedigree. And they're taking and now they're gonna do a Dead by Daylight universe game. Cool. Happy for the Dead by Daylight fans. And then now they'll expand it with more lore, right? I'm pretty sure people who played Dead by Daylight will see all the Easter eggs, get all the references, right? That should be cool. It's just not fair. Why him? I apologize. I didn't mean to raise my voice like that. It's alright, kid. We know the pain you feel. Some deaths are inevitable. Illness, old age, whatever it may be. Those are easier to stomach, even if they hurt. That's true. And then there are deaths which are completely unexpected. Those don't feel fair to us. They make us think, if only I did this, if only I did that, and so forth. But you mustn't dwell on those feelings. It's okay to mourn, but you can't change the past. The only thing you can change is the future. Yeah, I get that. Like, you ask yourself, maybe I should have done this, should have done that, or maybe it's my fault, I should have done this. It's like it's a spiral. You can spiral out of control going down that path of thought. Live the life your friend would have wanted for you. Make him proud. I suppose you're right. What did you do then? Did you still go to Amasa? We did, yes. He must have died just before we arrived. Someone from the Night Watch recognized him. We were immediately surrounded by healers, but it was already too late. You may bring bodies back from the dead, but not souls. Oh, that's an interesting way their world works. That is a big limitation. You may bring bodies back from the dead, but not souls. So in this world, at least, if you're dead, you're dead. After we explained the situation and how I got rid of the zombies, they offered for us to stay the night. We needed some rest before making our way back to the next morning. I also sent a letter to Theo's family. I wanted to. After all, I've known them since I was a child, and I was with him in his last moments. If someone was going to deliver the bad news, it needed to be me. I'm not sure I could have acted so calm and collected. I really wasn't. Also, I don't know if this is perhaps too macabre, but would you hold on to something for me? Of course. What is it? It's the quill that I used to write the letter to Theo's parents. I must have lost my supplies somewhere on the way to Diria, so I had to buy a new quill. First, I thought of it as a nice memento, but the wound is still too fresh. I'll hold on to it, as long as you need me to. Thank you, Innkeeper. Well, that's the outcome of that quest. So we had 2 bad endings so far. What he could have done differently is different when they were fighting for their lives. For most of us, we don't even have that thought. True. Yeah. That's a life of an adventure. Just, what's going to happen with the dispute between Diria and the mainland now? Right, there were political ramifications to this. Now that an ambassador has died on Dirian soil, it's just such a big mess. And we didn't fix anything. We just made things worse. Anyway, I'm just so terribly tired. Please excuse me. Good night, everyone. You want to sleep here tonight? Sometimes a little company can do wonders, and you'll be safe from any potential floods. I'll also be sleeping here. I suppose you're right. Maybe I'll occupy one of your rooms then, dear innkeeper. Of course. Go on upstairs. Third door on the left. Make yourself at home. I think I'll just sleep. But I appreciate your kindness. Thank you. Good night, everyone. I hope he'll be alright. Let the kid grieve. I guess asking if either of you'd like a drink would be a little insensitive at this point. Don't. Go ahead. Instead, Kara, let's talk about your extraordinary fighting skills. Gotta say, I was really impressed with how you decimated those zombies. Takes a good beast slayer to know one. Nah, I'm more of the general fighting type, you know? But I can always appreciate 2 strong hands. Is she flirting with her now? Like, this is like right after this. In such a well-crafted great sword on top of that. Happy to see you appreciate solid craftsmanship. It was a gift from my Baba. She told me that the great dragons themselves gifted it to her. But I don't know if that's true. Have you ever heard of the Great Axe of Ur? The most powerful weapon ever, forged by the origin of this world themselves? You bet. You think it really exists? I mean, my Baba loved to tell stories. But if her sword was made by the dragons, maybe Ur's Great Axe is also more than just a myth. Dwarves have their origin in the subterranean caves, you know, on the plain of Ur. I grew up in the labyrinth of caves, surrounded by gems and ores, legends and tales. I mean, I haven't seen it with my own eyes, two eyes yet, but I'm convinced the legendary weapon exists. I bet it's so large, I probably wouldn't even recognize it as an axe. I've heard Ur keeps it in the resting place at all times. Yeah, though so far, no one has found that yet. Hopefully, no one ever has to. What do you mean? You know the tale. If someone was to wake Ur up, the apocalypse would begin. Ur is definitely gonna wake up now, chat. She just jinxed the whole story. But that's just an old tale, right? Something you tell kids that don't want to eat their food. You know, eat up or Ur will awaken. Questionable parenting techniques if you ask me. Yeah, I got to hear that a few times when I was still a wee bairn. All those tales ever did was make me want to craft a legendary weapon myself. Have you ever made something like it? Not yet, but I will soon. I'll make the greatest weapon ever forged and smash this year's all-heart blacksmith into competition to bits. I'll outcraft my ex-husband with ease, that fucker. Ex-husband? Yeah, we used to work together. Now he claims I wouldn't stand a chance without him. But I'll prove him wrong. Anyways, innkeeper, care? I think it's getting quite late and it's been an exhausting week. Absolutely agreed. Let's get some rest. And then look for another quest elsewhere to afford me crafting materials. Good night, you two. We got more information on Rhea. Since her marriage broke apart, Rhea has been determined to win a famous blacksmithing competition. Perhaps to restore a bit of self-confidence or self-worth, but that may be a stretch. That's why she's always on the hunt for gold, fallen stars, or other rare and expensive materials. That was a terrible outcome. Good night, Lynn. Night, innkeep. That's the quill. Chapter 15, Riptide, 19th of the Astral Moon. Of the flood's gone. Oh, we're fine. You sussy boy. Sup, my fellow Enigma? Sup. I don't find you that difficult to comprehend. That's what they all think. How is it going? Hopping? Running? Good. Why? I've had a pretty relaxing morning so far. The tsunami didn't do too much damage to my roof. Not to mention, I'm very thankful for the comfort I can provide in these difficult times. And for the wonderful customers that keep showing up at my inn. Got a pretty good one today already. You're welcome. But a tsunami, huh? So that's what that was. Cool. Sucks that I was busy playing a round of magic the scattering. Made me miss the whole thing. Smallest violin. I would have loved to surf those waves. I'm sure you would have had a grand old time. Maybe next flood. You think I should start the next one on purpose? No. Oh, come on. This place has made you lame. I'd like my tavern to keep standing, and the people around it as well. Like I said, lame. You got anything interesting to say? I have an interesting question. Shoot. Have you seen Melly anywhere? She's gone missing. Oh no, Melly. Oh, that pocket-sized detective? Sure did. Several times even. Were any of them recently? Would say so. Think the last time was 2 days ago? I was chilling in the moon swamp. Had just tested out that witch's spa good old Voy Boy recommended. Met some lost travelers on the way back and was giving them the conversation of their lives. When that cat rudely interrupted my business pitch. Made them run off without a single handshake. Little snitch. What were you selling? Hair growth cocktails. Inspired by your little things. You drink them, your hair grows. Fast? Ah well, fast smashed past. It will grow eventually. You just gotta have some patience. I see. So, Melly at the moon swamp. Where exactly did you see her? On the way to the moon pools, duh. Where the paths diverge and nature tries to lead you astray from its shimmering reflections in the water. Isn't that near one of the Twilight Chasm portals? Oh yeah, that means she got a fresh opportunity to go surfing. Good for her. What a positive outlook on things. Always good to have one of those. After all that matters in life is fun, right? I don't know about that. Life is full of many beautiful, important things. Not all of them are fun. They should be, at least for me. Don't care what you're up to. Speaking of fun, been wondering, do you think I should explore the Twilight Chasm? Do you want to? Ish. It sounds exciting. Especially since I've never been there before. They say it's just like Avalon, but reversed, with a different color scheme and all that. Do you enjoy Avalon? Sometimes. I haven't been home in ages. Let me tell you, as soon as those portals opened up, I was out of there. Running from pesky consequences. You got it? Been wondering what a nightmare version of Gaia looks like. That's what they call it, right? Avalon's the dream, the Twilight Chasm's the nightmare, Gaia's like waking up. Probably doesn't look too different from the Sealy court, am I right? Couldn't tell you. So you claim, but I know a fellow scam artist when I see one. In the mirror. Oh, you think you're funny, don't you? Well, you're hilarious. High five, bud? No. Bummer. Anyway, with your obviously non-existent, only hypothetical plane traveling experience, do you think I should take a trip down to the horrors of memory and melancholia? I think you should. It sounds very exciting. Who knows what you'll find? Maybe the answers you seek. I'm not seeking any answers. I already know what I want. Then maybe you'll find the right questions. You're so weird. You know that, right? That makes two of us. You got me there. Fascinating advice, innkeeper. If I cared more, I'd probably say it says something about you. I mean, I did say it, so... Luckily for you, this is already boring me. Even though they've been traveling for a while, they've never been to Twilight Chasm and are very curious about the realm of nightmares. What currently keeps them here on Gaia is the famous singer Voy, whom they lovingly call Voy Boy. Then how about a drink to keep you with me a little longer? We're on the same wavelength today, dude. Yeah, hit me with one of those. Something fast so I can rush to the waves when they return. I'll mix up something real quick. This guy is way too dangerous. Some changeling. What pranks have they pulled off? Fast and mischievous, just like you. Sick. This is lit. I'll give you that. This is they're like two characters from now ago. This is so lit, fam. My God. Thank you. Oh, Baya, an old soul. Welcome back, Baya. Thank you. How was your road trip? It was good. We stopped by my spa and did mud masks. And did you help them find a way back home? Yes. We saw a lot of weird fishies and dreams filled with dread. It was terrifying, but it was fun. We even got to explore the gruesome mangrove. That nice ghost even gave me her sunglasses. They're so cool. What else is up? The sky and the sun, but no stars. And some trees? No, trees are in the middle. Not to an ant. Ants, so cute. Do you have any ants? Not on me. And you, innkeeper? Any ants? Not at the moment, sorry. Oh, no ants? Can I offer you a drink as an apology? Yes, make me feel like a little nimble ant. Ant potion, got it. Same thing then. Some defense, some intelligence. Let's try. Here. For my favorite pseudo ant. Hey Darth, welcome back. Yes, we did. How are you doing, Darth? What boss are you on now? All I needed was a good night's rest, apparently. We lost the NPC, but it is a dramatic moment. So like the timing, the choreography, it is like something straight out of the movies. Well, we got it. Oh, this is so tasty. I want to look up at the trees now. I'm sure they'll seem taller. Can I do anything else for you? Yes, several things. Have you been handing out my coupons? You're in Scado Atlas, went to a fort and killed the Ghost Flame Dragon. Ghost Flame Dragon? Oh shit, yeah, I think I remember the Ghost Flame Dragon. Good job. And yeah, don't be like me, Darth. Please explore everything first before you progress in the quote-unquote main path. Before the point of no return. Like, it's worth going through all the zones and getting all the NPCs. Interacting with the NPCs to get their stories as well. It's a nice little story they weave. I have. Just recently I gave some to Voy. Have people been dropping by? They have, and they're really nice. The mud masks are the most popular. And the flowers. Grace said my flower bracelets are her favorite. They must be gorgeous. I'm making new ones just for her. She'll love that. I hope so. Second thing, are you okay? I am, Baya. Thanks for asking. Are you sure? I am. Oh, I brought you more coupons to cheer you up. I did just read the letter. Melly's missing. I'm worried. You like to use guides in Souls-likes because you get extremely overwhelmed with the freedom given. So you have an online map open on the side of your always. That's fair. That's totally fair. Like, navigation is a part of it, but I understand how it's not everyone's cup of tea. And the fact that there's so much freedom, you miss out on shit. And it kind of feels bad when you get to that point and people say like, oh, you missed like a third of the game or 2/3 of the game. Like that's on me for like going for the final boss too quickly. But yeah, I hope you get to like get the most out of the DLC because you can only go through it the first time, right? And besides, they give you maps to find those crosses to begin with, but they don't help at all. They're barely helpful. The little scribbles they give you on that map. So just pretend that they just give you a better map and then they mark it on your map. Oh, I brought you more coupons to cheer you up. That's very nice of you. I'll hold on to them for when I need them. You can stop by anytime. So what are you using, Darth? Since you are a main dragoon, are you also using like a polearm in Elden Ring? But what about lotus flowers? I brought you some in case I need to cheer you up. Thank you, Baya. Oh, for me? Yes, they are special flowers. I've heard they're Ur's favorites, and they bless you with their protection. They also make you feel nimble, like an ant. Thank you very much, Baya. We got a lotus flower infusion. Morganite lotus flowers are rumored to be Ur's favorite flowers. This specific kind of lotus can only grow under perfect conditions. But once it does so, it blooms with celestial radiance. Shakshin celestial damage. Thank you very much, Baya. Hehe. I've been wanting to check in on people. I really enjoy the flood, but I thought about when the Banshee told Mary and me that some people don't like drowning. Correct. I hope I can cheer them up a little. You're already cheering me up? I am? Yeah, I was bored. Now I'm having fun. Cheering up quest succeeded. Yippee. I also have some questions. Ask me. Have you seen Melly anywhere in your swamp? The small cat Fukakin. She might have been investigating your flowers. Black Knife Black Knife? Black Knife. Eleanor's Pole Blade. Rivers of Blood. Ooh, I enjoyed Rivers of Blood. And then they nerfed Bleed so hard. Fully upgraded Rulana's Twin Blades. Nice. Rulana's Twin Blades are beautiful weapons. Like, I know you mentioned it as well. I love her weapons. I love her armor. But, you know, when shit hit the fan, I needed to resort to my comfortable weapons. But that is a good time with Rulana's Twin Blades. one of my favorite weapons across any Souls-like. You should be able to get her armor. Don't forget to check the finger reader, since you defeated Eleanor already. I almost forgot about that. Like, I forgot you could get boss equipment from the finger readers after you defeat the boss and get their remembrance. Like, I just remembered, like, later down the road, and then like, oh, what? I can get all the stuff. So I was super happy when I could get the swords and her armor. Right? It's like I totally forgot about the claiming the boss stuff. Just don't forget to claim your boss stuff. You might have armor sets waiting for you. Have you seen Melly in your swamp? A small cat full Cockins. She might have been investigating your flowers. No, I didn't see a cat anywhere, but I was also very busy tending to my sniffling willows. I swear to God, if they hurt Melly, I won't forgive them. But I'm pretty sure Melly's fine. They need a lot of love. I see. How's your swamp doing? Also, like, again, I'm just gonna say that not only do I love Verlana's weapons, but her armor set. Try it out, Darth. I love it. But I had to switch out of it because of weight problems. I see. How's your swamp doing? Good. It's so wet now, and there are so many new interesting critters and plants. What kind of plants? Those with teeth? Some have teeth, some have eyes, and spikes, and haunting spirals of long-forgotten mistakes. Sounds like an Elden Ring thing. Haunting spirals of long-forgotten mistakes. That sounds like something straight out of an Elden Ring item lore. Sick. I gotta check those ones out. They're nice. They speak just like little horrible birdies. You're one of those people who can talk to plants? Yes. How are they doing? The plants, I mean. Depends on the plant, but they're all very loud at the moment. They love the water. They hate the water. They complain about the onslaught of the undead. They're ambivalent about the water. What was that? Ambivalent. It means they don't care, but they still want to say something about it. No, the undead. Ah, them. The trees from the Pale Woods are very upset. They say that squeaky undead keep chewing on their roots and marks and leaves. In their braids? No, they can't reach those. But there's a lot of them. Maybe soon they'll learn how to climb or fly. The Pale Woods. I've never been there before. Is it a good hangout spot? I don't think so. It's so dry. But maybe the undead like dryness. I would think they'd prefer bogs. Everyone should. Agreed. Hey, Baya. Can you show me those Twilight Chasm plants? Would love to taste them. Water Jalone, welcome in. No, it's not Diablo 5 at all. Dude, is my category wrong? Welcome in, Water Jalone. We just finished the Elden Ring DLC very early, so we switched gears. We're doing a review in progress of this game called Tavern Talk. It is a cozy visual novel. It's a D&D inspired coffee talk. It's a visual novel. If you're familiar with Coffee Talk in Valhalla, where you mix drinks for your patrons, it's set in its own fantasy world with a colorful cast of characters. And there's a greater mystery that's going on behind the scenes. We play as the Innkeep. No name, just the Innkeeper with our own mysterious past. And we serve drinks to help adventurers out with their quests. But so far, it's been pretty much a linear visual novel, and the characters and the story and the writing really makes or breaks the experience. But so far, I've been enjoying it. This is Iniko, they're a changeling, and Baya is a swamp creature. It looks good, but at the same time, pretty out of your place since your character is male. Verlana's armors, it looked pretty unisex to me. But yeah, I get it. But still though, I freaking love Verlana's armor and weapons. Agreed. Hey Baya, can you show me those Twilight Chasm So we're in the final act, as far as I know. And some cataclysms already happened, but we withstood them. And we made some new friends. And those friends have made new friends. And there are other stuff that's other mysteries about our character. Agreed. Hey, Baya, can you show me those Twilight Chasm plants? Would love to taste test them. Yes, yes, but you have to help me hand out coupons first. Dude, Blue Sky Robin, what is up? Were you playing Tribes of Midgard with Denma? Are you part of that? Are you part of that thing? What have you been up to, Blue Sky Robin? Thank you for the raid. Raiders, if this is your first time in the channel, my name is Mikey. I'm a freelance filmmaker, tabletop RPG game master, and variety streamer on Twitch. We love playing story-rich games here across a wide variety of genres, and as you can see, we just finished the Elden Ring DLC, and then now we jump into a cozy visual novel. Both story-rich games, both a ton of fun. Thank you for coming in on the raid. If you do need to get some post-stream care, please do not feel pressured to stay, but I'd appreciate it. I appreciate your presence either way. Rob, hope you had a great week ahead. And yes, Darth, transmog system I would totally love, because they say yes, fashion souls, wear anything you want, but I'm not gonna lie, I feel the pain if I wear light armor and I get one-shotted. Like, armor actually helps in Elden Ring, so a transmog system would be totally fun, but they'll never put one in for reasons. Yes, but you have to help me hand out my coupons first. Do I have to? In Elden Ring, as far as I know, there's no transmog. Please. Oh, fine. Right, because they have to balance for PvP. That's why they handed out nerfs. Why did they hand out nerfs? Mostly because of PvP balancing. You can never really win. If you have a PvP and PvE system, inevitably, PvE is gonna get shanked because you have to balance for PvP. Ugh, fine, but only because I'm getting bored again. Hooray! But you're right. If it's gonna be for PvP, people have to know what you're wearing. So I understand that. But for PvE use, can't you just have transmog apply to PvE, right? Like, just have it apply to PvE. And if a PvP happens, your transmog gets overwritten. Or transmog only applies to you. Something like that. But, you know, I mean, it's still a great game. It's just... I don't know why they never implemented that. Please keep handing them out to people who need cheering up, Innkeeper. This is Baya. Baya is a swamp monster. A very friendly swamp monster. Oh, update to Baya's information. I've learned Baya can talk to plants and even use some plant magic to fast travel the lands. She can teleport to different plants. Like, what kind of power is that? That's insane. The flora in her spa told her about undead gnawing on roots in the Pale Woods, and she's suddenly deeply involved in saving the world. If you're somehow reading this, consider it an advertisement. Visit her spa. 550 years old bog creature. Chaotic neutral, Arcana the Lovers, she-they, druid. Including yourself, will do. Have fun, you two. Thank you. This is Fable. Used to be very anxious about their capabilities as an adventurer, but they've made certain strides. Hiya, Fable. Hi, Fable. How's it going? All fine and dandy? All fine and tired, actually. Not so fine. What's wrong, Fable? There's already an aesthetic thing in multiplayer Elden Ring, but it takes up a talisman slot, and all it does is change the phantom coloring. Really? Okay, I just know of the mimic. Like, you turn into a prop. Sorry, not a mimic. A mimic veil? Something like that. A veil, whatever. But you turn into a prop. I know of that talisman slot. Of that item, but... the phantom coloring... Oh, I think you may be right, yeah. But yeah, there really isn't that much in terms of customization, aesthetically. Dewata, welcome back. We were having some technical issues, but we're back now. Why did I get a message from local play? I thought that server was dead. Weird. Okay, sorry. That's just... Oh, yo, Vamp sent a friend request. Okay, I'm gonna check this out later. Well, welcome back to What. I hope the meeting went well. Fable is fine and tired. You both just came in at the same time. Actually, not so fine. How come? Well, the city's a mess. So is the Grove and Themis and Trigarin. We still don't know exactly what happened or how. There's the undead problem, not too far from us apparently. And Archie's miserable. Alright, there's a quest outcome. It didn't work out for us. Archie's friend's leg got bitten off by undead. And he died of blood loss on the way back. That's, yeah. And no one has seen Melly in days. A lot of people are worried. And a lot of people also just aren't. Una told me not to worry either, but it's hard. Yes, very. I just want everyone to be safe. I want to fix this, whatever this is. Fable, I know everything is a lot right now. Especially since this is the first wave of adventures that you've ever faced. Pun intended. Yo, Watergelo, thank you for dropping by. Always great to see you. Have a good night. Have a good night. Sweet dreams. And one day I hope we get to play games together again soon, man. You take care. But Una isn't wrong. A little less worrying wouldn't hurt. I'm sure it's not as bad as it feels right now. I'm sure someone else will take care of it. It's not the right thing to say. I'm sure it's not as bad as it feels right now. Sure, it's unpleasant. But worse things have happened. And we've always been fine. Maybe it's just nature, or the dragons are craving change. There's nothing we can do about it. There's always something we can do. You taught me that. Sometimes things sort themselves out too. It's quite pleasant to wait occasionally. I guess that's our canon response. I just wish I could do more. I understand. How about a drink? That's something I can do for you. Not right now, I think. There we go again, BRB.